bags already set, or like the inflatable like tubes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's smart. You have to have a game plan. Like if you're living in like in areas like that.
Yeah.
Like I hate that like there's always forest fires in California, but I'm like, why are people still living like when it's like on their property and then they're just now evacuated? I'm like, why are you doing this?
Why are you
Why are
doing
you
this?
waiting till now? Why are you waiting till now?
I think it's they just want to stay there to see if they can maybe stop it to keep all of their possessions from burning up.
Yeah,
It's
but as
like
soon as they're
people with hurricanes, man.
They get
oh
like
yeah,
they get hung up on that, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh shit, now I'm fucked." It's like,
yeah, I can't see because the embers. I'm like, brother.
yeah, the
All right,
hurricane one too. It's like they get told well in advance, like, "Hey, this hurricane's gonna be pretty bad." But the thing is with the hurricane is like, how many of them do they say are gonna be pretty bad, but then they're
for
like
sure.
not that bad? So then of course they get comfortable. They're like, "Well, it's actually not gonna be that bad," and then it's not fucking terrible, and it's like, well, yeah.
That's what it was with Katrina. Was like so many people were like, "Oh, I've lived through 20 hurricanes. Like I'll live through this one." And it's like path change so like they can change so quickly. So it'll be like I remember with Katrina, we're all watching. And it was like going to Florida. And we're all like, like their problem now. And then like 2 days before it hit, it's like actually it's veering, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh,
Well, it kind of happened with the Florida one. They were expecting it to hit a different beach, and they said it was going to be bad, but like it wasn't going to be like horrible. And then they were like, "Wait a minute, wait."
Things
It
have
actually
changed.
it
Things have
turned here, and
changed.
it's looking really bad.
fuck Mother Nature. I said it.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Mr. Largian.
Damn nature, you scared.
No. Oh, first off, Manny and Roy Thunder are two different people. Nice
Nuh-uh.
try.
Because that one time you were like, "Yes, father."
that.
Oh well, damn, that's
Well,
odd, dude.
well,
You play him just like Manny. I would have thought they're the same guy.
no, there's very distinct differences.
Nuh-uh. He's got fur.
First
Yeah,
off, David
yeah,
never
dude.
told me like when exactly I was gonna be introduced, so I'm just like sitting there in the corner waiting to like figure out when I'm gonna get introduced, and then it's like, and then he calls for his son. And I'm like, come in, father. I'm like,
What
oh,
makes it
is that me?
funnier for us is like we're expecting it at some point, but we don't know when. So there's like a build up to it that's not really spoken about. So we're like every different character. We're like, oh, is this him? Oh, is this him? Oh, is this him? And then that was your moment. And I
Yeah,
was like,
and it ended up being memorable, as planned.
uh-huh.
as
You're welcome.
planned.
Better than everyone remembering you for how bad you fucked up the first time.
Did you move, David?
When
What do
you're
you
like,
mean?
I'm
I
gonna be all
did.
cool and
Yeah.
roguelike and scale this cliff.
Yeah.
That was
I
when you
like
had
your
that
playthrough.
die that rolled a one like every fifth roll. I feel like.
Yeah, I like your place, dude. It looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Most importantly, I enjoy not having my atrocious upstairs neighbor.
Are you still in
Nice.
DFW?
It's the intangibles. Yeah, I'm like walking distance from my old apartment because I liked where I lived. It was like I feel like with every like move you do whenever you're younger, it's like each time it's like an upgrade, you know. So it's exciting and it's like yeah, I got more space or like I'm in a cooler spot. But this is my first move where it's like I didn't really want to move. It was just living was a nightmare there. So it was like total side grade utility move. So it like wasn't super exciting, but I'm happy that I'm here.
Oh yeah.
But no loud upstairs
Um,
neighbors.
I still need to
Oh,
get
they
my mini
they,
from
they
you at
blow
some
up, bro.
point.
I have all of y'all's. They moved with me because they're in. Oh, you can't see it. They're in an ottoman that's right there.
Sweet.
So yeah, we'll have to do some kind of distribution process as we move forward.
Still
But
got
you
room
can sit
now.
them
It sits
down.
on my desk.
That's
That's
awesome.
I have
That's sick.
Aslos somewhere.
And we talked about is it May the 10th or May the 3rd? I don't remember.
Third.
3rd.
It's on my
Okay, I need to.
calendar. It better be made
Yeah,
third.
Yeah.
I need to
On
write. I need
Saturday,
to write
right?
it down somewhere.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, the
definitely
DM should
not adding
probably
it right
be
now.
be locked in.
May 3rd, final.
Yeah,
Well,
Saturday. Yeah. And what time?
Do-
What
do we
time
have-
do we want to roll again? Do we want
There
to
we
go
go.
Yeah,
early?
that's what I was asking.
I wrote down 10 a.m. D&D for my calendar.
You know, can we call it 10:30?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe 11. Let's well, I'll post a poll and we can all vote on it.
Oh wait, I'm on Eastern. I don't care. Just kidding.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I'll post a poll and we can all vote on what we want and then come to it since we have some time behind it. Okay, let's
I don't know if I've slept until 8 for like years.
Slept till 8 like a.m.
Yeah, I wake up at 7 every day.
Well, you're dead.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
that's true.
It's weird.
Did dogs
Okay.
not bother you? Like shit, our dogs were up at like 6
No.
a.m. Like let us fuck out.
Dude, my dog will sleep till like 1 p.m. Dude, if he really needs to. He doesn't want to get out of bed. I have to get him out of bed.
My parents'
Yeah.
dog was like that too. He was like, yeah, she would just sleep in, and you'd wake her up like, and she'd be like, ugh. It's like 2 p.m. and she hasn't gone outside yet. It's like, oh my god.
Dogs are funny.
They are so funny. I love them. Okay, what happened last time? Give an extra good recap since Drew wasn't there.
We explored the dungeon,
Mm-hmm.
and the dungeon was the same dungeon, or it was like laid out the same way as that one the last time
Same
we were
sand
here.
temple.
Not through. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. As y'all explored it, those of you that were part of the original Sand Temple the first time you went to Raptua began to realize that this actually is quite familiar. While it wasn't the same location, you realized that the format in it, the puzzles in it, and even some of the monsters in it were all identical to what you had previously encountered. You also encountered inside several murals that were the identical murals that you encountered the first time you were in Raptua. What kind of generally do you remember those murals portraying?
The Naga Wars, right? Like Nagas against archetypes
Young-
or whatever.
He?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's all of them. All of them.
You kind of saw a Naga versus Wanti war breaking out. And what was the result of that war?
Victory.
Kinda.
Naga's got like destroyed by the Wanti, right?
Yeah, the Nagas weren't doing
Yeah,
so hot
Yanti.
against the
Victory.
I
Wanti.
wasn't even here last time. Yeah, get fucked, boy.
Yeah, interesting. No, but he's right though. The Wanti were beating the Naga until what happened? Does anyone remember?
Spirit.
That's okay. There was one mural entitled Intervention that depicted a winged serpent with like long angel wings descending down from the sky. And whenever it kind of descended downwards, everyone in the mural at least kind of stopped fighting. But at least from the Naga's point of view, it seemed as though this being was intervening in the war. But those were the only murals that you saw depicting the actual Naga war. What was the fourth mural that you saw? Do you remember?
Parrot?
It was kind of unrelated. You saw the parrot.
Yeah, get fucked, Aslos.
Wow, I didn't know that one. My bad.
You saw the parrot. The big special shiny parrot. And after y'all fought some purple worms and looked at all of the things, you used the hourglass to turn the sand. What did you find in the central chamber?
It was a booby trap.
It was a little bit of a trap. What happened when the trap occurred?
The worms and the scorpion dudes.
Was it a trap, or did Thunder just teleport himself into a room with a bunch of enemies?
It was a trap. 'Cause no one was there, and then I stepped there, and then they came. That's a trap. That's the definition of a trap.
He teleported into
sounds
the
about
room
right.
completely by himself, and we couldn't get to him immediately.
Kind of a self-made trap.
Because we
That's
hadn't
pretty cool.
unlocked the door
Self-made.
yet, so we were like, And then, of course, the whole fight starts, and we're not there. So it's
Oh my
It
god.
was actually kind of awesome.
So I'm on the
Uh,
rock, and then I cast reverse gravity, and all the
Mhm.
sand and all the worms and scorpions, dude, go shoot up to the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
David was
cool.
just itching to kill off another member. He was like, "Oh, I hope I can do it before the
he
end."
was like, "This is
Can you
it."
imagine? This is my last moment. And I missed it. But yeah, no, Thunder had some cool tricks up his sleeve and sends them all up to the sky. And then you'll have a kind of two-dimensional battle that was actually pretty neat. Some people were
Oh,
fighting
that's
up on the
cool.
ceiling, some people were fighting up on the floor. And eventually the group of you proved yourselves victorious. When you
Hobworm was
did
just
so,
hovering in the middle.
yeah, Halbjorn was just kind of flying around. When you did
Boom
so and
action.
finished the fight, what did you do?
We spoke to.
Went to
We started the
ethereal plane.
conversation. Oh yeah.
Well, we went to the ethereal plane, and Unk was just chilling right there on the rock.
Mm,
Oh shit.
Big Unky. Yeah, what did Unk have to say so far?
He's gonna enlighten us if we listen
Yeah, it was more of like a setup, like for
Mhm.
this. He was just kind
to
of
give
like,
the
"I got
DM
a
enough
lot of
time to
shit
come up
give
with
you."
something.
Any bullshit, Ed.
Are we about to get lore bombed?
Yeah, really, y'all about to get fucking lore bombed. So I
Incoming.
wanted there to be enough time because I'm not rushing through all this. But yeah, Unk gave you a dramatic setup, and does anyone remember what his cliffhanger was?
I think I was pretty
Still in
drunk.
Jacob's
Oh,
previous
he
video.
knows like the totem spirits or something. Not
Yeah, he knows about the totem beasts.
Oh yeah, the origin. We're gonna know about. Yeah.
Yeah. He basically said it's about time that like you learned why you're doing what you're doing. That's
Huge.
kind of neat. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he's
finally.
gonna tell us like what the significance of doing all this is. Is that what you're saying?
Mm.
Maybe.
We can only hope.
We'll have to find
Maybe. I
out.
guess we'll find out. It's like a movie. Oh shit.
Until next time.
Yeah, this is like we had to wait a week for the next episode, but now it's the next
Mhm.
episode.
That's like me
Mhm.
waiting
And
for
it's just a
something
recap.
to dude.
It's just,
And it's a filler.
David just talks about events that have already happened.
Yeah, this is finally our recap episode. We haven't had one yet.
This is like those where you go back and like, remember that time whenever
Mm-hmm.
me and Aslos like
Yeah,
got into
it's
some
the writer's
shit?
strike episode.
Dude, it's like waiting for Naruto every week, and then it's just another recap. dude.
Exactly.
Oh my god, like 43
You're at the
episodes of
spa.
recap, and then you finally get to watch a fight again.
Does anyone have any questions or any clarifications that they would like before we hop in?
I'm excited.
I'm good.
I'm a little nervous. Okay,
I can't wait to hear
Let me,
Ank's voice.
let me bring you all over. So, look at this.
Oh, snap.
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah.
Got there!
Who's
This is a
that?
giant and the dwarves and
It's like kind of close. I used
That's pretty dope.
ChatGPT's AI generator for the first time.
Oh
It was
shit!
no, that's like
it was
really
kind of
awesome.
crazy. It was kind
No,
of
this is
crazy.
dope. This is dope. I
Yeah,
love
David
this.
breaks out the good shit at the end, dude. Oh,
I know
fuck.
that it's more like Chat GPT breaks out the good shit at the end. Can you imagine what we
Yeah.
could have
Alright, we
done?
need to get this
That's
printed
wild,
out and
dude.
put in
It's
frame
fucking
for
Yeah,
wild.
save
everybody.
this. This is dope, dude. This is gonna be a wallpaper, dude.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I was
You need
so
to
I
hire
wanted
this
to do
file.
more for this session, but then it said I was all out, so I have to wait till tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm gonna do so many, and then the next day, and the next day.
I'm gonna do so many
It-
until it tells me I've reached my
Yeah, it's
limit.
not as many as you think it is either.
Yeah, it's not. I
It
had like
goes really
5
quick.
tries on this bad boy. What was kind of crazy is that so I think this is Fail, Jin,
Yeah.
Ventus, Thunder, Azos,
What?
obviously, but it like I didn't ask it to, but it kind of included like a Jar U maybe, and then Halbjorn.
Wait, where the fuck
um,
is Ventus?
Ventus has this beaked one.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that
For
was
some reason, I
me.
thought that was the Hobyorn cricket hat.
There's a
Oh.
beak right there.
Yeah,
I
and I
thought that was
think
me
this
with
is
my hat of disguise.
I think this is Fayil, this is Jen. It had kind of some trouble with like the humans, and that's why I think it just added a whole extra dwarf because I only said 6 people. But
I thought this was me for some reason.
Yeah,
What?
if Jen was as tall as
Giga
Thunder
Chad
is over
Thunder.
there, that would
yeah,
be like
if Jin was taller, then I think it'd be like perfect.
Yeah, and I need my robe, my
Mhm.
Archmage's robe, and my hat disguise for sure.
Wait, which one's Aslo's?
It's
But
not.
this
You
one.
can't add
It-
like
this is
super fine
Aslo's.
details.
It's the
like
snail.
that,
It's the
yeah.
snail on the back,
Yeah.
right?
It was close enough. I'll show y'all after the session. They did one snail with like a giant beard because I wanted him to be old and sagely, and I was like, no faces on the snail.
That's
It
so
looks
funny.
so fucking
I'm an
weird.
old snail.
So we got him here, and I'm pretty happy with this.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, so the group of you are basically just straight vibing with Unk. Some of you are sitting down in the sand. Others of you are maybe standing or leaning against some of the massive boulders. But all attention is placed on Unk, the leader of the trickster gods. And as the group of you kind of settle in and listen, it almost feels as though that time here has stood still, as though the group of you are kind of in this free state with Unk. What this picture doesn't capture well is that the group of you are, like you mentioned, in the ethereal plane. You are speaking with the spirit of Unk, the once past version of Unk, but Unk nonetheless. And kind of piggybacking off of how Unk started his conversation with the group of you last time, you watch as his eye stalks move in between the group of you as he says out again, I think it is time for you to have learned why you are doing what it is I believe you are trying to do. In my death, I have also been given a great gift. A gift I believe to be perhaps from the gods themselves, or at least one of them. A gift to traverse this beautiful planet uninhibited. Something I would never have been able to do during life. I have been given in death. Over these past centuries, I have traveled among our many continents on our little world. I have been brought to the far west, to our farthest north, and to the deep east. And everywhere I go, it is in the pursuit of knowledge, learnedness, and clarity. In these pursuits, I have become enlightened. For a long time, I thought of this enlightenment as a beautiful curse. Unsure why I have been given this gift except for to pass my time. But as all of you sit before me today, I'm beginning to wonder if you are the reason I traveled. Are the group of you
aware of the full catalog of totem beasts.
I thought so.
The stag.
And Unk kind of nods deeply.
Yeah, High Totem, the bear.
Another
What's his
deep
name?
nod.
Parrot.
Once again, a nod.
Yeah, Halborn. Bust up the list.
The snake that we're trying to kill.
Another nod.
Yes. You also are learned. But these creatures are deeper. They are meaningful. When this planet was first sculpted, was first forged by our Allfather, by Aiden, he beset his children to fill his kingdom. He tasked his twin sons with the responsibility of carving the earth, raising mountains, and carving valleys. He handed this task to his son Mothra. And to Bulma, he requested him fill the valleys his twin had carved, to flood the land masses that lie low on his world. And so Bulma did just that, and filled our planet with its oceans and its rivers. And to his daughter, he asked her to give this world life. And so she did. She covered the lands that Bulma sculpted with prairies and meadows and forests. She filled the oceans risen by her brother with fish and sharks and whales. And over time, this pleased Aiden. He glanced upon his world, beautiful, thriving. But he found himself bored. While the life Elagian had created was wonderful, it left him still empty. He decided to take on a project of his own. Something on this world that would give him deeper purpose, that would cause him to think and watch and learn. When he thought of how he wanted to create this new being, he looked to the life that Elargian had already created for inspiration. And when he looked upon this world, he found that throughout it, there seemed to be creatures that shared a spiritual connection with the planet itself. Not through Elargian's intent, but as a byproduct of her magic. Great beasts rose. He watched these beasts He watched as they grew, not only in power or size, but in magic and spirit. It was from each of these creatures that Aiden sculpted man. He watched the great stag of the forest and admired its reflexes, its speed, its agility. When he looked to the far north, he prized the resilience and the grit and the determination of the great bear. And to the west, he watched the great dragon hold its resolve, its focus. And in the jungles to the south, he saw the great serpent, cunning, calculating. In the west again, he watched the wise owl, always learning. And finally, the parrot to the south, its force of personality exerted on all of those around it. It was through these 6 creatures, that rose above their peers to become connected to the world, unlike others of their species. They were magnificent and powerful. It was through these that Aiden laid the foundation for mankind, and he built them on one another like a totem pole. And it is for this he called them totem beasts. He found that all living things on his planet based themselves on these 6 principles. A natural order of his world. And it was through these 6 basic foundational principles that all living kind organized themselves into. These totem beasts were not inspirations for these principles, but the avatars of these principles. The great bear to the north does not represent strength. She is strength. Each of these totem beasts provides a counterbalance to another, like a series of weights that holds them in equilibrium. And so, Aiden created man.
And you watch as Unk's eye stalks kind of slowly look between the group of you, as though offering basically a pause for any questions that you might have before he continues.
That's how humans were made? What the fuck?
What about dwarves and elves?
Everything else. Yeah.
And Unk continues, but in a way to answer your question.
Yes, while Aiden created mankind, when he beset them upon the world, they slowly began to fill it It was in these very jungles that Aiden placed his creation. And from there, they branched outward. As Aiden fell into his sleep, and the humans pushed deeper into the world. Both magical and non-magical forces took root. When the humans pushed into the forests of Aboria, where Elargian watched over, she began to mold them in her image, still using the same 6 principles, but to cater to herself. And she created the elves. Bulma and Mothra, on their island fortress, a harmony of both their gifts to the world, the tall mountains and the bitter ocean. Humans even there found root. And the twin brothers admired their strength to reach them, and too began to mold them in their image, giving them strength and resilience to aid them in their newfound home. And over time, they would be the dwarves. And it is a similar story such as this. As humans began to pour out onto the landscape, they would become molded by the forces on it. But all with a shared image of the 6 principled foundation beset by Aiden.
So we're all actual, like, distant relatives of each other?
And Unk kind of sways his little eye stalks back and forth. You think it might be like maybe a smile of some sort. It seems nice.
If you go
That's
back
nice.
far enough.
What up, brothers?
We're all
That's
brothers.
We're your family, Jen.
Like, but now we're like blood brothers. For real.
Adapt everyone up.
Yeah, we're all happy about this.
Unk
Big
is
smile.
too. He's happy that y'all are happy.
Why is Aiden asleep?
He worked very hard. His time is very different than ours.
What would he do if he knew that the totem animals were being targeted?
I think that's a very interesting question. Because, like you point out, the equilibrium has shifted. These foundational principled creatures are no longer balanced. One of them, as I'm sure you're aware, has disrupted this equilibrium. And I do not think it is any small coincidence that it is the foundational principle of intelligence who has done so. She has either learned something about this relationship that either we're unaware of, or she is hedging a bet that isn't real. But regardless, what she is doing is dangerous to of the planet and the foundation of life as a whole.
You saying you don't think we would survive without the totem creatures, or what's going on?
Aiden might be resting, but his magic is not. When a new life is created, when a new human, or tabaxi, or dwarf, or any humanoid is born, they look to the blueprint that Aiden had constructed with his great project. This magic pulls, derives, is inspired from these foundational principles. When a humanoid is born now, there is no basis for dexterity. There is no foundation for charisma. It simply is not.
So the damage can't be undone?
And you watch as Unk kind of lowers his eye stalks.
Not for those born without it. The more
terrible.
humans,
Gen Alpha is screwed.
the more humans that are born under this unbalanced equilibrium, the less they will be. This is uncharted territory. We do not know their fate or their destiny.
How do the trickster gods play into all this?
We were a fun creation. A byproduct, more really. You see, here in Raptor, there were godlike forces at work as well. The patron deity of this continent, of which each exists, of ours, was Ubtao. And when Ubtao watched Aiden fill his continent with these new creatures called humans, he was curious. His continent was gifted by Aiden himself. And Ubtao decided to create his own blueprint. Not for inherent characteristics or principles, nothing that grand, but instead for a type of role model of which these humans could look to. Role models for morality, for alignment. And so he rose us, the trickster gods, each a monolith for a different direction each human could choose to look towards in their own morality. Our title as gods is misleading. We were never meant to be worshipped. We have no godlike powers. We are special, yes. But mostly, we serve as guides. Guides on how to navigate the complex emotions of life.
It's a lot. Okay.
Well, are we able to transfer the power of a dead totem beast to another one? Or a new vessel?
There's a long pause as Unk turns his eye stalks to you. I do not know. I don't know if anyone knows. The events that are cascading now, we didn't even think them possible. Not even the gods believed a totem beast could die. Yet now, a third of them are.
We're just gonna have to wake Gatum up, have him make some more.
You watch him kind of sway his eye stalks again.
Wait, hey, yeah.
Possibly another smile. In the meantime, I believe the group of you are on a quest. What is your goal, ultimately?
Find what the spider's looking for.
To stop the Yanti.
Yeah, to stop the Yanti. They look at Thunder like.
Oh yeah, the Yanti, along with the spider. He's been keeping me up all night.
Specifically, I think we're supposed to kill their totem, Zoff.
It's only fair, eye for an eye.
Yeah, but it sounds
Yeah,
like
but
that's
then there's
gonna
less totems
do
again.
more damage to
Sorry, everything's
everything.
stupid?
We stop having babies. Pro-choice.
No, that's not how it works. No babies, no
Choice.
people, no future. Or a bunch of dumb babies.
I have
Dumb baby.
my own thoughts as to what is happening.
Please share.
This blueprint for life, these 6 principles that are drawn upon when life is created. It was described to me as almost a magic of automation, if that makes sense. Automatically set up. For if Aiden steps away, it will continue without him. Using this blueprint. And it has become evident there are still babies being born. The blueprint is still functioning in some way. My thought, and I am not eager to share it. I don't think that these properties of dexterity or charisma are void. I don't think they're null. I think that they are being populated, controlled by Nazoth.
Like suppressed or something?
I think that possibly by slaying the other totem beasts, she has inherited them. Nazoth is now the foundation for dexterity, charisma, and intelligence.
Oh shit.
She's too powerful.
If this line of logic is to follow, and she continues with her goal, if she's able to slay the bear, the owl, and the dragon, all of humanity will be under her design, her control.
We'll all be snake people.
She's halfway there.
What do we do?
And she turns and I stalk. I think it was Halbjorn who said it. I don't remember.
I think. Whoever said this, I don't remember.
Bring Ada back to life?
She must be killed.
I said that.
She looks to you, Halbjorn.
The Hobgoblin?
My name's Thunder. Unk.
Oh, right, sorry.
No, please.
I think
Okay.
that she is living up to her title of the holder of intelligence. She is cunning. And she has a plan. It must be disrupted.
What if if she's absorbing all these traits, there's got to be a way to give these traits to the surviving totem animals if we can't find new totem animals.
Yeah, like spread them out.
Yeah.
They're out.
Unk, do you want to be reincarnated and turn into a totem animal? I'll reincarnate you right now.
Unk sways his eye stalks.
I do think it is the only way.
To turn you into a totem?
No.
No, the original. Kill her and
Right.
redistribute the
Maybe they'll just
attributes.
go somewhere, right? Like I don't know how we're supposed to redistribute anything like that.
I volunteer as tribute for the attributes.
Oh. Well, we don't really have much of a. So you're saying she's got a plan, but we don't have much of a plan other than kill her, and we've been chasing around getting these, and I kind of had the one sitting out, and I showed them the one we don't know the answer to yet. And
Yeah.
we're just getting-
Do you know what this
Yeah,
tablet means?
Yeah,
This
what are these
letter?
tablets for?
Unk kind of again sways his eye stalks.
I have 3 points I would like to discuss.
Go ahead.
I do think it is the correct path to slay Nazoth. It is twofold. I think that it fits your original goal of halting the Wanti, their patron, slain, like a snake without a head. It also ends this cycle. I don't think any of us knows what happens after she dies, but I think all of us know she needs to die. But that is the first point I would like to bring up.
Agreed. That bitch gotta go.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
think we're all there on that one.
I don't think or know how you can kill her.
Maybe we'll ask her how she killed the totem animals, and then we use that method on her.
Thunder, that's brilliant. You said you can travel anywhere. Can't you just go travel and see how they kill?
I go back in time.
No, but
I would
if-
ask the world tree, but it hurts my head.
And you watch Unk kind of sway his eye stalks again, but this time not in the same what seems to be kind of a happy motion. This one is more distraught, like he's shaking his head.
These totem beasts, they are not ordinary creatures. Your weapons, your magic, I do not believe it will kill her. Possibly maim her, but to bring her death, I don't know. You need a weapon of the gods to kill a god.
We have one.
Unk looks up.
Don't we have a? I like an Aslos.
Two of them actually. Ventus and Aslos.
Yeah, we have another guy with the third, if you count a shield as a weapon. It apparently kills anyone it touches, except for the guy we know.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, he had to give that back.
But I whip out the sword,
And
the leash blade.
And I kind of have my my hammer of the world tree out with a combined kind of into it.
Taking out Unk's eyes.
Unk kind of slithers, I guess. I don't really know what snails do. Creeps
They
forward.
recoil. Oh.
I
No,
present the sword to him because it seems like he knows
you
what's
can
up.
tell that Unk has an interest as Unk kind of looks over and peers at these two weapons. One eye stalk for each.
These do seem radiant in some fashion. I believe you can maim her with these.
What
I
about
do
my
not believe
torture maiden?
you can kill her with these.
Both eye stalks swiftly look over to your weapon.
Is that a challenge? And I get like offended at Unk.
And Unk
That's a challenge.
Unk puts one little eye stalk on your shoulder. And when that happens, you can see how big his eyes are. And it feels like a reassuring gesture, but it also feels pretty weird when finally he raises his eye stalk and he says,
I meant no offense. I just want you to be prepared for an eventuality.
Can my weapon maim her?
and Unk looks.
Perhaps, but not to a mortal degree.
And Unk then addresses the group of you.
I do not believe you having what necessary to kill her. But I also know that we don't have much time.
Do you know where we could obtain such a weapon?
And Unk kind of looks up wistfully around to the chamber that you're in.
If I did, we wouldn't be here.
All hope is lost.
Was worth a shot.
I can maim her to death. Me Aslos.
This very chamber that we're resting in, it is not a chamber to me, not a temple of mine. Many centuries ago, the Naga of Raptua set out to do the exact same task that you are trying to do. They waged a war against the Wanti with a hope to rid them of these jungles once and for all. The Naga, powerful magical beings, began to tear into the Wanti until Nazoth decided to join the battlefield. The Naga suffered an extinction-level defeat. What handfuls of them survived retreated downwards into these study temples, like the one we stand in now. Scattered across Reptua, deep underground, to hide from the One Team. Over centuries, however, most were discovered and slain. I was good friends with the one who lived here, until they had to leave.
And you watch as Unk kind of looks down sadly.
We've all lost people on.
And Unk looks up.
Warlunga would be happy. We are using their chamber. All of this to say, others have tried what you're doing and have failed.
The gold dragons.
The gold lions.
I'm sorry.
New information, though. I mean, the Naga got close, right?
They got close until Nazoth appeared. Their race was saved by a divine intervention.
And then he kind of looks around in this temple.
But obviously not enough. I'm sure you saw the depictions of this on the murals circling this inner sanctum. Yes?
Pull them out of my bag.
Unk kind of blinks in surprise.
Yes,
It's for educational purposes.
these are the very ones.
You don't mind, do you?
And Unk kind of looks at him and says,
Warlunga would be happy that someone is looking at them. So
Yes.
I am too.
So, I have a question for you, Unk. So
Yes.
we were able to obtain weapons made by gods in Von Rieg. That's one city, right? Are there any
Yes.
on Reptua that could be obtained?
Unk takes a deep sigh.
If there were, they have long been forgotten. The Naga War in these murals was the last formal attempt to topple the One Team. Since the Naga's defeat, the One Team have held complete sovereignty over Malatra. If such a weapon existed, it would have to be unknown to the One T for centuries. And if this were the case, I don't know how we could know where it might be.
But you have powers to travel the world. Can't you just go everywhere and find one?
And Unk looks at you almost tearfully, Jen.
I have spent the last 700 years trying.
Dang.
That is why I searched the world. And I failed. and I'm afraid that you will too.
Well, you heard the man who wants to go get drunk.
No, no,
Back
we
to
have
Monterey,
stuff.
I guess.
We got stuff they didn't have. Right? What this thing? Did you have one of these? Pointing at the, holding up the stone tablet thing.
Yes, you asked of these tablets. I was left one, yes.
We've asked everybody who. No one tells us who left it. That'd be helpful.
I'm sorry, can you restate your question?
Who?
Oh, who? Sorry, like now that I have a second chance, I'm nicer about it. Yeah. Do you know who gave you the tablet?
I do not know who as a person
Yeah, that's okay.
they were. No. No, it was brought to me before I had moved to Orlunga's temple here. I brought it with me.
You said you had 3 bullet points. The first one was yes, killer. Second one was what? We're doomed. We can't do anything.
And he kind of wobbles his eye stalk sadly.
And what was the third?
The third what?
You had like you said you had like 3 bullet points that you wanted to.
Oh, yes. Well, it was the tablets. You had mentioned the tablets.
Right, and the third is you don't know anything about the tablets.
I don't know. It was
I thought you were the
given to me.
all-knowing one.
And there's a strange, like, almost kind of bubbling sound that it takes you a few moments, Thunder, because at first you fear that you upset him. You think that he might be laughing as he kind of froths bubbles beneath his sluggy body.
Yeah, definitely make a face, a very noticeable face, like, ew.
Whoever told you that was certainly not the knowledgeable one. I remember when the tablet was brought to me. I've held on to it for a very, very long time. I was told to only give it to those who already knew about it.
Did the same person give all of y'all the tablet?
And Unk kind of cocks his head.
All of them?
Yeah.
There's more than one tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had the
Yeah,
tablet
who
out
has
the
them?
whole
Like,
time,
who has the
But
tablet?
yeah, get out the rest of them. Pull them all out. Put them in the sand and make them nice and neat.
Start trying
Yeah.
to make words out of them.
Yeah, if you know what this letter or symbol is, please let us know. But you're not the knowledgeable one, so I don't even know why I'm asking you.
And Unk kind of looks out to the temple and says,
We could use Orlunga's library. Perhaps she had writing.
When he says that, Hellborn's thinking in his head like, oh shit, did I take those books? Or
I mean, even if you did, we could start looking right now.
yeah, start pulling out the encyclopedias.
and I would like for anyone that's proficient in insight to give me an insight check.
I'll have to double check. No, I think it's perception. Boo.
Insight.
I asked, do you know Moa?
And he kind of waves his eye stalks back and forth.
Of course I know.
She's so nice.
She is a wonderful soul.
And that
I turned into
Wanda
the Moa
And-
Moa.
He immediately, his eyelids lower. Halbjorn and Ventus. The two of you look at each other while he's speaking as you come to a realization at the same time. The it's clear that he keeps referring to to whatever Naga used to live here, right?
Wait, is that the one we met in the pyramid?
I think so.
The name sounds familiar. That's why I'm asking.
And the two of you would have that kind of eye exchange as a small dawn of realization comes over you.
Wait, Unk. What was his name
Yes.
again? Your friend's name?
The Naga that lived here.
Just Naga. Oh, I think he was just a Naga. Big
Or
snaky
Alunga.
guy. Big snaky looking guy.
He's
Doesn't
not
have
dead,
looks.
Unk.
What?
He's in a pyramid over by the Ibris temple.
Down by the river.
In a van.
He has some weird magic protecting him, I think. Like some vine or some. We have to follow some weird puzzle to talk to him.
And you can hear like a deep humming kind of reverberating off of Unk as his little sluggy frills begin to ripple up and down him.
My old friend. You made it. Well, if that's the case, then I don't know if we waste our time looking through his library when we could ask him himself.
Oh yeah.
Can we?
Back where we kind of started.
That's Fail. Can we teleport anywhere over there? I think we teleported to the portal house before, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, if I've been there, you know.
Yeah,
I
Vine could take us
didn't
there.
leave. There's always there's always a slight, risk of, unless I left something there that I don't know. It's not like my home. I can go there anytime I want.
And the Archmage.
You're not gonna teleport via plans.
We
Just
don't
the
know where.
tree I've seen.
He's waiting on us, right?
Oh yeah. And he's expecting us to come from this portal.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, Unk, we can meet you there. I mean, you can travel wherever you want, right?
World Tree willing, yes.
Oh, well, if you're gonna use the world tree, can you just take us with you? Because we have access to that too.
Yeah, we got some options, right?
Look at Thunder.
Yeah, that's where I saw Moa and the Moa.
And Unk kind of wiggles his eye stalks.
We can try. The times that I've traveled in the past, it isn't of my own volition. I am moved. I don't have a way to speak to the world tree or whoever it's connected to.
Is there a window nearby?
No, you're deep underground.
Then. Usually I see the world tree when we're in this realm.
Well, my hammer's part of the world tree, isn't it, David?
Yeah, it has a connection to it.
Kind of hold it over to Thunder.
This is it.
You said
Talk to it,
Here,
Thunder.
we're just gonna vamp over there to that temple between the Ibri temple and the Ibri village, right? Or
We have to make it back to the Archmage, so that's
Ziggurat. It was the actual
Yeah,
Ziggurat,
Ziggurat.
right?
I used one of my charges. The charges on the Staff of Wilding is always weird.
Yeah, I'll just let you use it. It's okay. I trust you.
But I'm using 3 charges to cast Speak with Plants from it. So as I was like,
And-
here's the world tree, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm attempting to speak to it.
And you try. And when you do so, you feel your mind fill with the same cacophony of voices that you did before. Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of voices begin to fill your head. And they're all shouting and whispering and talking and screaming. And it's everything you can just to continue holding it, if not having your head rupture.
Yeah, I feel like I throw up, and I'm like, yeah, that's the world tree.
You okay?
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to go the long route and go back to the Archmage and then teleport back to the river.
Like I said, I could still helm teleportation thing, but it's just, I mean, we'd just be a little off. You know, maybe. Possible.
But how would we make it back to the Archmage then?
Yeah,
Teleport to a
there's
tree?
that.
There's no
It wouldn't
tree
be
to
a bad
Archmage,
idea to check in with him, let him know what we're about to do, maybe. That idea?
Yeah.
We teleport to a tree like near the portal, I guess. I mean, probably the best thing, right? We don't have to walk our way out.
But Unc, you're gonna meet us, right? You're gonna try to get to that ziggurat? You know which one we're talking about?
Unk shakes his head. No, I have no idea where you were going.
Unc, you're like the smartest being that ever exists. What do you mean you don't know where it is? What the heck, dude?
Can't you just follow us through the world tree?
I can try.
And Thunder, I would like for you to roll me a religion check.
Is he still holding is he still holding my axe? Like,
I had to
spazzing?
think like instinctually, not spazzing anymore, but like the connection has been severed.
Womp womp.
You continue to ponder, Thunder, on the world tree. And
Well-
while y'all are getting everything in order, the trickster god, Unk, also says,
Before you leave, just in case, do you wish for this tablet?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for
Of
sure.
course.
and you watch kind of sliding out from his shell is a small stone tablet that clanks against the rock below him.
A little greasy, all that other.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
Unc, if I've seen Moa and Moa at the World Tree, why can't you be at the World Tree when we need you?
What letters on a tablet?
And
Yeah, tablet.
It's asterisks.
and
Put it whatever letter you want.
you Unk answers you as you go to pick up the tablet, Halbjorn.
I don't believe any of us trickster gods have control over when we appear or where. I did not wish to present myself to you here today. It happened today. There's some force, some master of the world tree causing this to happen.
It's the spell.
And Thunder, you would have a small epiphany when he speaks this. If these trickster gods, aren't in control of when or where they appear,
We
but
could do it for the
instead,
totem animals.
what?
We could do it for the totem animals.
Well, no. But if they don't get to choose when and where they appear in the ethereal plane, but instead are presented by essence of the world tree, which is moving them and all things in the ethereal plane, that must mean that someone else is doing it.
At large, yeah.
What?
Perhaps.
Alargian? Did you say about Alargian?
Perhaps speaking with the tree isn't the right angle.
Yeah, when he says the tree, I get like a slight headache. It's just giving me memories of trying to speak to the tree.
Perhaps you need to speak with who controls the tree. Or all trees.
I mean, that's clearly your Alargian, right? Like you got to end with her. Thunder. You know her, right? I think she was in a
She's pretty
dream.
nice.
I think I met her once.
And
Yeah, we're
through
dancing.
Halbjorn, you have taken the tablet and have kind of brushed it off and are examining it. And you find kind of it's the easiest one yet. You don't need to ask anyone for a translation because this is the only one very cleanly and clearly carved in common.
Finally. So far is what we got. And we only need one more.
And
Yeah.
Unk is kind of waving his little stalks back and forth.
Thunder, would you like to ask her to move us?
That'd be cool. If I could. I try to speak to her with one of these stones, and I go in the communal bag because apparently there's another one of those. And like I pull out that elemental moat.
What?
Let's see. He asked if I would like to ask her.
Uh-huh. Which
in
elemental
the, Yeah, the earth elemental moat. Apparently, there's another one in the bag, our communal bag of holding. Yeah, there's one more in there. I'm gonna take that out of the bag. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Okay.
One
Wait, so are we
take.
missing? Are we missing a letter?
I mean, we gave up on Wongo, and then somebody told us that we didn't really need all of them.
Yeah, we need like 5 or 4.
We need to figure out what this mystery one is, at least.
Inspire?
So
I think it's serpent. But we're missing a letter.
So what are y'all going to do next? I'm sorry, Thunder. I thought you had your spell prepared where you can talk to
I
Alargian.
don't.
Yeah, bummer.
don't.
That's okay. Y'all have to make do then. What are the group of you choosing to do next?
I think we're just gonna have to use 2 of our teleports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to go talk to the Naga before going to the Archmage, or we doing that first?
I just feel like the Archmage is waiting for us. It's probably smart to go to the Archmage.
Yeah, he's doing that 12-hour thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got to do that then. And then book it to the ziggurat.
Hey, Unc.
And the giant snail kind of turns to you, Thunder, as you address him.
You know how back to Moa because she's so nice. Like her saying is like secrets hide the truth.
Yes.
You didn't tell us yours.
And you watch as the giant snail kind of begins to oscillate his little sluggy body again and hums. You take this to mean like this is a. He likes this. And he turns both of his eye stalks to you.
Legends never die.
Ooh. I like that one.
I do like a RIP hand gesture across my chest for the stag, and then the other.
And you watch him kind of move his eye stalks back and forth.
Exactly. It wasn't always this. But in my own death, I have learned that the death of our body is not the death of us. Legends never truly die. They can be brought back. They can be preserved. Us trickster gods died centuries ago. But we continue to exist in the minds and souls of Raptua. Legends never die.
I was gonna make a scene.
It's pretty inspirational right there. I mean, because we can go be legends, right? That's what we're doing. We're gonna be legends.
I'm already a legend by you.
We already
Huh?
are.
Oh,
And through that, you'll reach immortality.
Sweet.
game on.
I'll definitely remember you, Unc.
More wiggling of his little sluggy body.
So you are off to the Naga.
Archmage first, then Naga, yes.
Archmage,
You have a message for the Naga?
I will do my best to see you there. But if not, please tell him I've kept his library in good shape.
Cough, cough.
It's okay. He'll be okay sharing the knowledge.
Well, I feel like we will see you because tomorrow I'll ask her if you could be summoned.
He kind of wags his little eye stalks.
Do you have any other questions before we leave?
To be clear, you said that you don't know this one. I'm holding up the mystery one, right? And that's the whole. Yeah, well, that's why we're going to the other guy. You don't know this one.
No, that is
Yeah,
a strange,
okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's what I thought.
strange language.
Thank you, Unc.
Travel safe.
Rest well.
Okay. And the group of you continue forward. What do you do next?
The World Tree can move Unc wherever he wants and didn't take him to his best friend he thought's been dead for hundreds of years.
The gods
It's
working
not under his
Australia.
control.
Dude, that guy thinks we can't kill this serpent. What are we gonna do about that? Or the
Yeah, that's pretty big, huh?
Photo
Well, he thought we couldn't until he found out that we had god weapons.
Yeah.
That kind of changed his mind a little bit.
Do you think we need to call Yokizos back? He has the
And-
god shield.
He doesn't
And
have
to clear up what Unc said about y'all's weapons is that he does think that you can probably hurt her. He still does not think that you can actually kill her.
even with Bama's weapons? Or Bama.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was basically like, I think you can hurt her, but you can't deliver the final blow with these.
Well, then we just have to have Aiden come down from
Yeah, I was about to say. I think Aiden's kind of the key on this thing, right?
Deliver the
But his
final.
ass is asleep.
Maybe what if we just yell really loud for him and wake up?
What if if we desecrated his temple, he probably would wake up.
No, wait, we're actually good guys.
But now that you're here,
Here's out.
the serpent is going crazy.
Well, hopefully Unalog or what's the Naga's name? That's a ziggurat. Hopefully maybe it'll patch some of this together.
Yeah, well, let's go back to is it Zanzadar? Where are we at? Yeah.
Still in the temple, the fan temple.
Zanzadar to teleport back to Archmage.
Okay.
As we're exiting the temple, I want to refollow our entry points and take the other murals down. As we're exiting.
Yeah. You you begin to take them down just one by one, really carefully. You're doing your best, and the group of you emerge out into the jungles.
Do we see the world tree yet? Because technically I didn't ring the bell.
If you didn't ring the bell, then yeah, you would see the world tree sprawling up above you.
I tell Thunder to ring the bell because the world tree is big and ominous.
Okay, I ring the bell.
And the group of you come back to the material plane. And to your own kind of disappointment, Halbjorn, when the group of you return to the material plane, I would like a nature check from anyone that's proficient.
I'm not.
I think it'd be like, too bad you're stuck in the in the bug.
Didn't even try again.
Ethereal blade.
As the group of you emerge out from the subterranean temple, and you then return to the material plane, Thunder, something is wrong, different. When y'all are back out in the jungles, it's nighttime now. You can see the stars up above, and there is just a strange energy to the jungle. And an insight check from you, Thunder. What are you trying to incite?
What's the vibe? Are we in danger?
You aren't sure. It's just different. The jungle feels a little imposing.
I want to I want to cast Speak with Plants again through my staff.
Okay.
And ask the closest tree to me, and ask what's changed in the last 30 minutes.
What do trees sound like? The tree kind of groans back to you as
First off, I say, hello.
And the tree responds, hello.
Could you be so kind to let me know why it feels so weird out here?
And the tree begins to respond to you. We feel it too. Hey, strange. And as he's speaking, you can hear off in the distance thunder. And the group of you would also be able to hear this. The kind of creepy, loud call of a deer. We heard it too. A strange energy rolled out. And the tree stops.
I whispered.
I summon an air bestial spirit and send it out to go scout. See if it can see anything.
And the bestial scout flies outwards.
This is so Inkblot's a raven, obviously, because I'm in a raven clan.
Mhm.
But this is like a hawk.
Okay. Yeah, the hawk flies out and takes a couple minutes.
I I touch the tree, and I essentially cast Overgrowth,
Uh-huh.
and it's essentially just to provide us cover.
Okay. Yeah, there's a giant tree trunk now that group of you easily can hide kind of behind.
It says within 100-foot radius, so
Yeah, 100-foot radius of just overgrowth.
Oh wow.
we're now surrounded by thick tropical brush. Massive trees.
That's funny. After maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, the hawk returns and latches onto your arm and kind of looks at you.
Oh damn it! I forgot I can't talk to it. Hey Thunder, can you speak to him?
Yeah, when I cast from my ring, I kind of picture, like, because I'm casting Speak with Animals with my ring, I almost do like a calming pet. Like I'm relaxed. I'm calmly petting the animal, and because I'm petting, my ring touches the animal and it casts the spell Speak with them.
Okay.
So that's how I envision me when I'm casting the spell with the ring.
Cool.
But yeah, I give like a little pet to the bird, and I ask, "Do you see anything?"
And that's a cool bird.
And I say, "Hello."
And it screeches back to you.
On the path forward, there's a dead stag.
Can you take us to it?
And it opens its wings and flies forward. After about 10 minutes or so of walking down the path that you came, you can see very clearly in the obstructing the path forward is a dead deer.
What
Doesn't mean
killed
that's
it?
a survey thing, right? Thunder? That's not how that
I'm looking for the wounds.
Yeah, can anyone go see what caused that? And I am looking out in the woods, looking for anything that moves, or
Sure.
noises or anything.
Yeah, you.
Would it be animal handling or medicine? What?
No, medicine. I like medicine. As you approach the dead stag, Thunder, you do so kind of cautiously, right?
Yeah.
And when you walk up to it, you can see very clearly protruding, coming out from its neck, is a deep wound. And all you can see with the deepness of this wound is the shiny black, like, handle of a weapon.
I'm assuming it's Yancy, because it's black. I asked Fail to show me.
Yeah, I'll grab it, take a look at it, spinning around in my hand.
And as you, Fail, walk up and pull it out from the neck of the deer, you have a stinking feeling, because as you pull this dagger out, you recognize this dagger. You know it actually quite well. The blade is an inky black that has the starlight shining off of it. You're holding Umbra.
What?
Jin, what
Halbjorn,
the fuck, dude?
Halbjorn, as you're looking through the jungle, just making sure that nothing is watching, nothing is stalking, you see movement in the underbrush, a coiling movement.
I point out and yell, "Snake!" And I'm ready to throw some fireballs over there. If a snake
Sure.
comes out.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready with two. I'm like looking at where Halbjorn's like pointing, and I'm ready to like spit fire.
And for the group of you that look to Fail as she's pulling this weapon out and is holding Umbra kind of outstretched to the rest of you,
yeah.
probably to Jin, yeah, Thunder, maybe Aslos. The three of you, everyone not Fail, see that she is very clearly holding like a like a sharpened stake, or like a wooden stick that's been sharpened, of course, but it's just a piece of wood.
So I still have Umbra on me?
Yeah, you kind of feel your side, Jen, and you can feel the dagger on your waist.
Pale's still like, what? Jen, how did you fucking kill? Like, here's Umbra.
What are you talking about? I'm holding Umbra, dude.
Nah, dude, look.
She's showing us.
I'm looking.
I cast Dispel Magic.
When you raise your hands to cast it, Fio, you blink, and when you do so, just instantaneously, the dagger that you're holding in your hand is now just a stick.
Oh shit! What? Hey,
What?
That's a stick. Not bad. Don't know what that was about. I could have sworn I just pulled a dagger Umbra out of that fucking crate.
But I saw Umbra as well when I looked at the stag.
Yeah.
Are we just saying a stick now too?
Yeah, it's just a stick. And Aslos, you and Jen, all you ever really saw was a stick, to be honest.
Y'all are fucking crazy.
Yeah, y'all are crazy.
Is
What
there
the
still
heck?
a stag?
Oh, there's definitely still a stag. And it's very dead.
Is it the same wound?
Yes. Yeah, it was impaled with this stake, with a stick.
Does it look like it was killed by the stick or by like a knife? Like, does it look like a knife wound or what?
The stick is like covered in blood. So it looks as though it could have been the stake, but it would either have to have a lot of like force or a lot of strength or something. When it was in a stag, that's already like kind of strange because it was probably running.
I'm sending my hawk to where the bush was and see if it can flush anything out.
Yeah. And as you and Ventus watch the hawk trying to flush out the snake, you watch as it dives, talons outstretched, and when it screeches out, you can hear the horrible hissing noise of a snake begin to lose its life as it's hunted. But when the hawk flies upwards with the kill in talon, it brings up just kind of a long ropey vine.
Did Dispel Magic work on what was going on, or it was dismissed on its own? Because when you said when I raised my hand,
I wanted to save you the spell slot. You didn't really get a chance to
Okay.
cast it before the group of you kind of saw what was happening.
Gotcha. I pinched myself.
It kind of hurts. And the hawk brings over the long kind of vine and drops it at your feet, Halbjorn. And it does admittedly look snake-like, but...
This is not a snake.
Who said it was a snake?
Halbjorn.
Well, how is this causing a bush to
Halbjorn?
Did your bird
Can I ring my bell?
pick up something, get the wrong thing?
Did you not hear it
Can I
hiss
ring-
and die when it drove in?
Can I ring my bell? I'm asking
You
for
ring your
consent
bell?
this time.
Yeah, ring your
Oh.
bell.
Yeah, thank you.
Ring a bell.
Yeah, let's talk about
I ring
it.
my bell.
And the
I
group
ring
of you
Okay.
phase outwards to the ethereal plane. Nothing looks noticeably different here, except for the cool, ghostly fog that rolls in.
Okay, I'm scared. I bring it back.
And then you go back to the material plane.
I don't know what's
Ring it
going on,
again.
guys.
Is
Ring it again?
Yeah.
Is someone using
Okay, I
magic
ring
on
it.
us?
I'm not scared of no spooky fog.
And the spooky fog rolls back in.
I get behind Jed.
Fog's like,
And I was lying.
Yeah,
I
me
was-
neither.
I'm a little less scared. I was lying.
Guys, what do we do?
Okay, so a dagger that's not a dagger, it's a stick.
Let's
And then-
get out of
nothing
here.
looks
Snake.
nothing looks different when we're in the
snake
ethereal
that's
plane.
not a
Like
snake.
No,
The stag
no,
looks the
it
same.
looks quite similar.
We're not gonna find anything here.
Well, let's
y'all
just
know
book
that.
it as us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we should.
I could
let's
teleport
beat
via
them on
plants,
T right
no?
now. And I put on my bowler cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
I put
definitely
some
get
on
the fuck out of here. Yep. Let's do it. Bowler cap on.
And the group of you press quickly forward back to the city. As you're doing so, nothing else really happens of note. The group of you are certainly on edge as you travel quickly through the night jungle. And really the only kind of noticeable encounter would happen to only one of you as you travel. Ventus, as the group of you are traveling, you have a few moments where like you kind of turn your head to look at your group, like at whoever's traveling next to you, maybe Jin or Halbjorn. And when you see them as one T, you kind of are overcome with like a panic and anxiety. One that like startles you into almost wanting to strike them. You kind of shrug it off due to the fact that it's probably that you're on edge, it's at night, and when you aren't expecting, you kind of look and you see one T traveling next to you. That's pretty understandable, but there's a time or two where you're close to drawing your weapon until you remember that no, that's a party member.
Yeah, I imagine that I'm really mad at Fail, so I'm not super aware that I'm strangely mad for no reason.
And I think what would concern you is the second time that this happens, you almost don't think. Like it's almost instinctive. There's no consideration. You kind of snap out of it when your hand is already on the hilt of your blade.
Hey guys, do you mind if we take off the bowler hats? I feel like I've almost attacked one of y'all multiple times during this trip back. Yeah, I don't know. I take my hat off.
But where are we exactly?
Yeah, I try to move like not on a road or whatever. I definitely move off to the side.
Yeah, y'all will be definitely traveling like through the jungle, not like on a main road or anything.
I think that'd be safe to take off the hats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do it.
Take it off.
You feeling okay, Ventus? Like, that's kind of weird.
I don't know. Ever since we saw that snake thing, or what was a snake? I don't know.
All right, I'll
And
take off my bowler.
the group of you continue in Ventus. You feel better. That same.
I'm gonna use self restoration on myself, and then
Ooh.
I don't know if this affects anything, but I'm gonna do I'm not gonna be scared of anything anymore.
Yeah. You feel definitely calmer then. You have no urges, no like instant triggers that force you to want to attack. And as the group of you pull up to the city, you hear once again, this time like kind of in the distance, the sound of another deer calling out. And you can even hear as the group of you are passing through the gate, like you've done several times before, one of the guards even kind of remarks on it.
We've been hearing them all night.
I cast Augury.
Okay.
And it's I receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of the course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. I've never used it before, but it doesn't say who I'm speaking out to, so I don't know who I'm speaking out to. But I'm just, I'm asking, will one of us die soon?
It has to be over the course of action that you're taking.
Walking to where we're going.
You, in the form of, like, I like to think it's, like, maybe in the ways that flowers represent themselves on the path as the group of you are walking up into the city, because you have reached the gates. You would receive a fortune of weal and woe.
We put our bowler hats back on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good and bad.
Yep.
Wow.
And the group of you
yeah.
make your way into the city, into the portal room as you wait. You wait for the right time from the Archmage. And it doesn't take too long before the portal kind of snaps alive, right? And you can see the whirling magic of an intruder coming through as the Archmage steps through. There you are.
Just because, like, of all the shit that's been going on, I look into the Archmage's eyes. And I'm like, is he compromised?
And you feel your heart sink when you do so, Hobyorn,
Oh no.
because you see the golden amber in his eyes.
I knew his one was.
But then you blink, and they're normal, the same bright blue that they've always been.
God damn it!
What the fuck? I don't like it.
My chest
Are you ready to go?
hurts. Like, you know,
He's
like
been
you
acting
sit scary
shady.
and you for a moment, like your whole chest starts hurting.
Yeah.
I'm asking Archmage what's going on, and I'm telling him everything that's going on. We see a dagger, it's not a dagger. We see a snake, it's not a snake. We see your eyes, and they're fine. What's going on?
Well, first, I think we should discuss this back in my chamber.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Move. Let's move. Yeah.
And he kind of follows you all in, does this thing to get you all out, and brings you back into his study. So, while I get this ready for you, because I know we're on a bit of a time constraint, what is it that you're seeing or not seeing?
Exactly.
We keep
Yeah, it's
seeing
like we're getting
You
fucked
get
with-
it.
bad things, but then they
We're getting fucked up
disappear.
with things we know, though, right? Like Umbra. Like, why would I see Umbra? Like, what the fuck is that?
I saw it
That's
too.
like a specific weapon, right? It's not like a
I saw
dagger.
and heard a snake, and then it was just a vine.
I almost attacked the
Eyes.
group a bunch of times.
Your eyes were
What?
compromised.
I didn't know about that.
It was
That's kind of crazy.
It was directed at Fael, so I thought it was normal, but Fael not cool.
That's just normal.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Oh, okay.
Archmage,
I mean,
I thought you were supposed to be the all-knowledgeable.
My focuses are directed a little elsewhere right now. And you can see that he's like trying to reaffix the portal for y'all because you've communicated that you want to move on
River, yeah,
to the next
River
location.
says-
Yeah, so he's kind of working at the same time as he's talking. I mean, it's quite understandable that the group of you would be under quite a bit of stress. Does it feel stress related in any way? Is this anxiety speaking?
No, we've been through so much
We've been on the
shit.
brink of death multiple times and haven't.
Yeah,
had something
this
good
is
happen.
not anything new.
And honestly, when we left that temple, like I felt like we were in a good mood. We had good spirits.
Yeah, I thought we were
Yeah,
about to.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
We have a good.
And
We
then
have
instantly
more
we were hit
direction
with
than
this
we've ever
weird
had.
Sense of
Wheeling woe.
it wasn't dread, but it was something was off.
Thunder felt some woe. I think somebody told him about woe, but
Perhaps there's I don't know. Perhaps a 1T spellcaster had been following you and it was illusioning false realities of some sort. Maybe a mind whisper of...
Alvord's like a fucking illusionist master.
It's true. I've even read some of your books.
Whoa.
What?
Damn.
He kind of shrugs. I like to learn. What can I say? And he
Have you mastered the
finishes
Goodberry
the
spell?
affliction. What?
Have you mastered the Goodberry spell that I wrote in your
No,
book?
that's druidcraft. I don't dabble in such affairs. But your portal is ready. If you're trying to go down by the river.
Wait,
Down by the
Wait.
river?
In a van?
cool moonlight. But wait, we were gonna tell you, and Fael starts going on like a fucking kind of quick as she can tirade about what we learned from Ankh about the gods.
I pull up the artwork.
Why, Aiden, oh my god. That's a lot of information. That's an information...
Yeah, I think it's
information
more for
overload.
us to deal with, but we thought you should know, right?
Well,
And that's why
yes.
we're going back to the river, right?
Thank you. So, it sounds like you might be getting close to understanding what these tablets are for. Although,
Not with the spiders
this-
missing.
the hell no.
this Unk
Either that or
creature
Aiden wakes
doesn't...
up, right? I mean, I don't.
God, if our only path to victory relies on a god waking up from some nap, then I think that we're royally fucked. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the greatest temple.
Okay, well, I hope that this is fruitful. I'm quite close on my end. Not sleeping tonight. Maybe the next time that we cross paths, we will both have our answers. Yeah?
Yeah.
We need to come up
Yeah,
with the
this one
secret
might take a
word.
Feeling that
second,
we
too.
will.
Yeah, and this one, this one might take a second, right? Because I look at the guys. Everybody is like, if we get the right answers, surely that spider, right? Because he's right over there in that area.
Yeah.
Is he still there? Thunder. I'll ask Thunder.
I think so. But can we come up with a secret word just in case next time you're compromised or something? Or you're like switched with someone? Archmage?
He kind of squints. Sure, what word do you have in mind?
Goodberry.
Goodberry, okay. Maybe we should... No, okay, that's fine. Goodberry, that works. I'll write it down. And he pulls out from the bookshelf, you watch a small little journal. You can tell that he is like kind of secretly wedged it in, right? And in fact, he takes out a larger book that the journal is set into. You can see he's cut out kind of for a trap book, you know what I mean? And it's where he keeps his writings. Goodberry. Okay. And he points to the journal. Got it.
There you go.
Okay. Well, okay. Good luck. Tell the snail I said hi. Tell the naga I said hi. And hopefully we'll talk very soon. Yes?
The snail? You're so rude. Whatever. Come on.
We probably won't. But yeah, anyways.
Jim, you rolled an
nobody
insight
said
check.
hi.
It's kind of the plan.
I'm just trying to see if I sense anything off about the Archmage at all.
Maybe a little bit of stress, but Jin, you're having a hard time reading just people in general. While you were listening to that conversation, you thought you heard Thunder say something that was really like kind of mean, and it almost like kind of made you burst out into tears just in sympathy for the Archmage, uncontrollably. And ever since then, you've been trying to kind of grapple with the fact that you almost cried, and you're just trying to kind of catch up emotionally. You're feeling very odd at the moment.
Why would you say that, Thunder?
Say what? Can we just go?
That hurtful shit.
Perhaps you figured this out on the way there.
You seem kind of rushy, but okay.
And the group of you step through the portal and return to the river.
Do.
Is he with us?
Boom. Well.
Oh,
Whoa.
I fucked up. I'm sure I'll catch up. There you go.
You return here to the river. Remember the way gate.
Come on,
Yeah,
here.
we're up high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go.
You're still
No, not.
you're still quite far.
Where's the ziggurat? Is it here?
I mean, do we really need
No,
him? Like, I'm remembering all these trees.
I
Yeah,
think
but
that
you-
the group of you first wanted to check in with the Archmage, but I think that you could probably travel with planes now.
Yeah, we know the bot, like, that way, I point in the direction.
Is he with us?
Who?
Archmage.
No. He stayed behind to continue working.
Why did he say hi to the snail if he knew we just came from the snail?
Well, I told him the whole story of the snail and how we're hopefully the snail might come up there and like become a new totem god or something with the Naga's best friend or something. Right? It was a freaking ramble.
Okay. All right.
Fucking Naga time.
And so, how are y'all choosing to get down there?
Are we
I mean-
teleporting?
Yeah, you can do the honors, Thunder, if like the World Tree can help you out and all that. I can.
Where are we going again?
That's fucking ziggurat. With the base
Orolunga.
of it.
Yeah, I cast it.
Yeah, and when you do so, it's the same thing that happens every time now, where when you try to transport via planes, you actually travel to the ethereal plane, which then transports you in the ethereal plane to pop out on the other side. You're kind of like
Now-
wormholing a little bit in the ethereal plane.
Yeah, now that I know that like Elargian is in charge of like the world tree
Mhm.
travel, every time I enter teleport via plants, I'm just like, "Hi, Elargian. I hope you're doing well. Thank you."
And you feel a warmth in your chest when you do so. The group of you emerge at the base of the ziggurat, and as promised to you the first time when you came here, you were told that the puzzle that you had to solve basically to get to the top would be removed for you because you had already done it,
Solved
and
it.
the oracle knows you. So the group of you just kind of quickly run up the steps to the top of it, and waiting for you inside is the oracle.
Oh.
Got
The
that
oracle uncoils and looks at you with his beautiful face and kind of lowers himself and says,
What do you say his name
Well-
was again?
Urlunga?
What up,
Welcome.
Urlaga?
No, that's his. I thought it was the name
And-
of the temple.
The Naga kind of recoils when you say that. How do you know my true name?
Oh, thunder! Send it.
What am I sending?
The bell. Ring the bell. We want like.
Oh,
Unk.
I flicked the bell.
And when you ring the bell, the group of you shift to the ethereal plane with Oralunga. And when you do so, resting beside him is Unk.
Oh,
Surrounding the two of them are dozens of Chingwas that are
Yay!
dancing, they're playing, they're jumping and
There's
playing little
everybody, Thunder.
instruments.
Hurry.
I haven't seen you in a
We're
minute,
just
guys.
missing the newts, man. The
Good berries everywhere.
Oh shit!
And
has good berries.
you watch as Unk and Oralunga have a very emotional reunion. It
Oh.
takes several minutes. These old friends finally reunited. And the Oracle turns to the group of you. I'm sure you're not here just to facilitate two old hearts.
No.
Well,
Check it out. And we start pulling out as I pull out the ones I have. Look at
Tablets.
Jen. Like everybody pull the tablets out. Type of situation. And I'll
Do
lay
you
mine down.
remember when you first came to me?
Yes.
Several weeks ago. You have gone far since then.
Yeah.
And you can see he kind of has the face of like a proud grandfather looking at the group of you.
Oh. No.
we met the Moa.
As
She's
pictures.
so nice.
But why are you here?
Look at
This
Unk.
one particularly right here.
He didn't have a lot of information.
Oh yeah, and I pull out the tablet, and I'm like, well, mainly we were here to get you to help translate this. But
And the
we're hoping
Oracle
you
of
can-
Oralunga kind of looks at it and squints.
This is a very difficult language. It is not spoken here on this planet at all.
This planet?
What about written?
The fuck?
It is from a far, far realm. This is deep speech.
Sounds like a sequel, boys.
Do you know
But
what
the
it
Naga looks up at you and gives you another warm smile.
Fortunately for you, I am very learned.
No
You
way.
wish me to translate this?
says?
Yeah,
Yes,
you know deep
please.
speech? Hell yeah.
And it takes the Naga several minutes. He has to bounce a few ideas off of Unk as well, and the two of them work through it together. You can tell that the language itself is a little mind-boggling. It's a little cipherific in the way that they have to decode all of this for just a single letter. But finally, after about 15 minutes or so of deep, focused conversation, the Oracle and Unk look up And Unk says to you,
I believe we've done it.
And what is it?
We knew you would.
and the Oracle looks at the group of you and says,
It's a single letter. Is that okay?
That's what
Yeah,
we're
Yeah.
expecting.
That's fine.
That's what we're
Of
hoping
course.
for.
Mm-hmm.
and you watch as Unk begins to draw the letter in the sand next to it.
Is it a T? Oh wait, did you put it in chat?
Oh, sorry, I put it on the Trickster Gods page.
You silly man.
It's another N.
I hope
Another
this
N.
is helpful to you.
It's got
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I mean, this is our like bank shot, right? That these tablets are gonna do something for us. Penis. No.
Heal.
Penis.
Shut up, File.
File's not that illiterate. Yeah.
And the group of you begin to try to
Spinner?
code out what this could be.
Like a web spinner? Spider?
Wait, isn't Spinner the name of fucking what was the old turtle's name? Iku. That was the name of his spider.
But you don't know that though.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
And Thunder,
Yeah.
Yes.
you're gonna have to do some heavy lifting here.
I roll up my fur.
I want you to think about all of your visions with that spider.
Yeah.
What is it looking for?
What he misses most. What does he miss most? Who does he miss most?
He misses Iku.
I want for you to
I've
roll an insight check for me, Thunder.
I've never applied for Survivor because I suck at puzzles.
That's why we have checks.
Let's fucking go.
That's why we got RPGs, baby.
Thank
That's,
you, Elargian.
That's why we roll. You begin, Thunder, to think about all of your dreams with this spider. And as you look at the letters pieced out for you here, you begin to make a connection. As you think about it, and you think about all of the time that you've spent with this spider, you remember that its disposition, at first you were afraid. It was imposing. It's huge. It's strong. It's lethal. But you realize that this spider actually was sad, was alone, and was seeking something that it missed. When you see these words and these letters spelled out like this, and the group of you put together one word, spinner, you begin to think that maybe what it missed most is its name.
Oh shit.
That's a fucking cool name.
It's his name.
And you would remember, Thunder, that this spider told you that he's waiting for someone to tell him what he needs to hear.
That he's remembered.
That his name
His
is
fucking name.
Yeah, you just gotta go with- we
I
just
lay
gotta
down
go-
and go to sleep. See him in my dreams.
No, let's go
Then you
see him.
and then you stand up and realize that you could just listen to the words of advice that have been given to you for literal years now and travel down the river to see him.
Whoa.
Or you could
But-
sleep. You could do it.
But yeah, he's one sleep away. And I lay back down.
Just knock him out, and we go down the river.
Let's go!
Load him up.
And the
And
group
then I
of
leave,
you,
I leave the Oracle's temple yelling, "Time to kill a god!"
and the group of you head down by the river.
Wait, before we leave, I want to ask. I want to tell Unc about all our weird encounters after we saw him.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
let me fire it. I thought we were done. Hold on.
Let me refire up the temple music.
The music. Unc would look to you and say, "Well, I guess he really wouldn't have anything to say. He doesn't really know what you're asking."
Well, I guess I'll just tell him that we were encountering some very strange.
Yeah, the second we left your temple.
Yeah, as soon as we left, we just started experiencing some weird things.
Do one team know where you are?
I mean, they're definitely hunting us. I don't know if they know exactly where we're at. We've been like,
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty good that it's not 1T.
It sounds like illusionary magic to me.
Yeah, that's what the Archmage said. Okay.
But let's
And
just
then-
say it wasn't illusionary magic. What else could it be?
The jungle has many ways of playing tricks on those inside of it.
Oh, it's definitely a trick.
I would just say proceed with caution and protect yourselves.
Oh, we're getting close too.
Thank you, Unc.
Like, this is getting close, so yeah. Head on a swivel.
And then, with that, the group of you turn back around with your big brass fanfare and head down by the river.
But wait,
Yeah,
turn around. I have
Bobby,
more
dude.
questions for Urlanga. I'm just kidding.
Wait, we gotta
Yeah.
go back up. I forgot to ask him one.
The brass stops.
Oh, I forgot the extra archmage something.
Oh, Naga War. How'd
And
that
then you
go?
turn it back around and they play once again as you head down by the river.
Do we need to show the Naga all the murals of him getting destroyed, his people getting destroyed?
Yeah, I thought we
And
heard about it.
with this, we'll end our session.
Dude, fucking spinner.
Oh man.
Fucking
Motherfucker, dude.
So, Dave, real quick before you get off,
Mhm.
do you still want to do like 15th, 22nd, and 29th before the 3rd, or do you like not want to do the 29th and only do the 3rd?
Let me pull up a
On
calendar.
our calendars.
Also,
That's Tuesdays.
Just so
that's
Three
everyone,
Tuesdays.
just so everyone knows, whenever we sent out the last message to change the timeline in the Lost City, Ekug specifically sent out a deep speech something.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
All title.
Wish we had it recorded, damn it.
My God. That's
And
really cool, David. This is really, really cool.
Waco, you put together that whoever brought that tablet to Moa had to be a paladin.
Yeah, it had to
Hmm.
be.
Were there any paladins there?
And
No.
The
you're
golden
currently
line.
wielding an atlatl that someone
Oh.
had.
Jim was a paladin.
Uh-oh.
Barnabas.
Fight.
Uh-oh.
It was Barnabas, right?
Barnabas Voidsteel.
Oh,
You know who
Barnabas.
didn't do anything cool to help anybody? Forlin. Farlin.
It was the
Uh,
funniest character from the first two
to answer your-
episodes. First episode or two.
And then he
To
had
answer your
horse
question,
diarrhea
Drew,
left.
Shut up.
Probably not the 29th, I'm assuming, but the
Probably
15th.
not. We can hold it as like an emergency session if need be. You know what I mean?
To set it up just
Um,
right, we need an hour to set it up or whatever.
Yeah,
we
I
need.
think that we'll be okay personally. I think we'll be able to do the 15th, the 22nd, and that'll bring us just to the 2nd, and we won't have to play the 29th. But
Hey, we can
I'll
do
have a better
29th,
idea.
The map breakthrough.
Yeah, maybe we could do that as like the little map walkthrough for anyone that wants to join. But I think we'll probably be okay not doing the 29th, but we can see.
Damn.
Yeah.
Y'all are so close. You're so
Dude,
close.
so close.
Three. We
This
could
is
potentially
crazy.
only
Hey,
have
this is
3
really
sessions
crazy,
left.
right?
GG's,
Like, this
guys.
many years and like, but an actual
All coming to this.
solid end, like
It's
a
all
solid.
coming.
The way this is gone, like the speed of it, like it's all good. I really appreciate
It's all
it.
wrapping up.
It's so good.
But like
Damn.
genuinely, we could have spent over a year just on this arc too. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
I'm sure y'all can easily see if time wasn't an issue how this could have gone, right?
Mhm.
But
We would have destroyed every
Easy.
one team city we left.
yeah,
we,
Yeah,
would
we
have
would
definitely been
100%
on a
it.
rampage.
But I feel like it hasn't been rushed, even though there are like we're moving quick. It still doesn't. It feels really good. Like the world
good.
building.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
glad it
that
doesn't
having
feel.
it in game in the back of our characters' minds that like there is a time crunch because of Grand City that helps it feel natural too. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't feel too rushed or anything like that.
All right, thanks,
All
David. I
right.
gotta hop.
Yep.
I'll catch y'all later.
No worries.
Peace.
Good night.
Y'all.